If you're late, I'll send a reminder. The voice is distorted, cold, final. Then the line goes dead. Kang Jae-hyun stares at his phone at 2:17 a.m., rain hammering his windshield. The coordinates blink. Incheon Port, Cold Storage Unit 7. 43 minutes away. Unknown caller. Anonymous threat. 3-hour deadline. Bring everything that proves who you are. His knuckles whiten on the wheel. In the mafia world he inherited, threats come with names attached. Rivals announce themselves. They want you to know who's coming. This voice? Different. Wrong. He speeds through Seoul's empty streets, neon bleeding into rain. His mind races through possibilities, old enemies, new rivals, someone he underestimated. Then instinct screams the answer he's been avoiding. Maya. He calls Jae-min. 3 rings. Boss? I need a trace on this number. Pull security footage from Maya Brooks's apartment building. Send it to my phone. Silence. Then, Maya Brooks? Yes. Jae-min doesn't ask why. 4 years working together taught him when questions are welcome. 5 minutes? 4 years ago, one night changed everything. Maya was in Seoul on a nursing exchange. They met at a hospital fundraiser. She didn't know who he was. When she found out, she looked him in the eye. I don't date men who think money means they own people. He should have walked away. Instead, he fell. One night. That's all she gave him. No strings, no promises, no control. Then she left Korea. Disappeared. He told himself it was for the best. Love was a liability in his world, until 6 months ago when she came back with 2 4-year-old daughters who had his eyes. She never asked him for anything, made it clear she didn't need him. But he's been watching from a distance anyway, telling himself it's protection, knowing it's cowardice. Tonight, distance ends. Jae-min calls back. We've got 2 signals. One ping at the cold storage, one near Wolmi Canal. 30 minutes apart, opposite directions. I can't be in both places. Jae-hyun's chest constricts. The canal signal could be the kids, could be a decoy. The brutal math lands. Save Maya or save the twins. Every villain's favorite game. I'm going to the cold storage. Take 3 men to the canal. Find Nova and Zuri. Keep your phone on. Boss, if it's a trap, it's definitely a trap. That's why I need you at the canal. Those girls need protection. He hangs up. The clock reads 2:51 a.m. The rain doesn't stop. Neither does he. Maya's apartment door hangs open. Not broken, just unlocked. Waiting. Jae-hyun steps inside. The nursery glows under a moon-shaped nightlight. 2 small beds, perfectly made. Stuffed animals lined up with unnatural precision. The kind of neatness that screams goodbye. In the kitchen, 2 sippy cups in the dish rack. A coloring book open on the table. Rainbow half finished. Nova colors outside the lines. Zuri never does. Their backpacks hang by the door. If Maya had time to pack, she would have taken those. On the fridge, a child's drawing. 4 stick figures holding hands. Labels. Mommy, Nova, Zuri. The 4th figure is taller, wearing what might be a tie. No name, just a question mark. Something sharp twists in his chest. His phone rings. Jae-min. Boss, you need to see this. The security footage loads. Timestamp, 11:47 p.m. A man in maintenance coveralls approaches Maya's door. Gray wig, wire-rimmed glasses. He knocks. Maya opens the door in scrubs, lets him in. 11 minutes later, he walks out alone. Zoom in on his neck, Jae-hyun says. The image enhances. There, beneath the collar, the edge of a tattoo. Snake scales. Ice floods his veins. That's not Mr. Kwan. That's Merrick Voss. The smuggler from Singapore? He's been dead for 2 years. Apparently not. Jae-hyun moves toward the door. Voss specializes in leverage. He's been watching my daughters for weeks. The words feel strange. My daughters. He's barely said them out loud. Boss, if Voss has them, he doesn't. Not yet. He's testing me. That's why he gave me a choice. Maya or the twins. He wants to watch me choose. Behind him, the stick figure family watches from the fridge. The fourth figure still has no name. But that's about to change. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk toward danger for someone you love. If this story moves you, let me know in the comments and subscribe so you never miss what happens next. The industrial district rises like a graveyard at 2:58 a.m. Cold storage units stretch in rows, massive concrete structures with no windows, no personality, no indication of what freezes inside them. The rain has turned the unpaved roads to mud. Jae-hyun parks 50 meters back, hidden behind a shipping container. He kills the engine. The sudden silence feels oppressive. He checks his gun, a compact 9mm he's carried for 6 years and never wanted to use. The metal is cold against his palm. He thinks about bringing it, thinks about what message that sends. If Voss wanted him dead, there would be a sniper on one of these buildings, a car bomb, poison in his morning coffee. This isn't about killing. This is about breaking. He leaves the gun in the car. The walk to Unit 7 feels longer than it should. Mud sucks at his expensive shoes, handmade leather from Italy, now ruined. He doesn't care. His heart hammers against his ribs so hard he can feel it in his throat. Please let her be alive. Please let her be alive. Please. The door to Unit 7 hangs open. 6 inches. No guards, no security cameras visible. Too quiet. Every instinct screams trap. He pushes the door open anyway. The cold hits him first. Air conditioning cranked to maximum, probably 40 degrees inside. Then the light. A single spotlight positioned like something from a theater stage, creating a circle of harsh white light in the center of the vast, empty space. And in that circle, a metal chair. Maya sits bound to it, wrists zip-tied behind her back, duct tape across her mouth. Her nurse's scrubs are torn at the shoulder. Blood crusts her left temple where someone hit her. Her eyes are open, alert, and when they land on him, they widen. Not with relief, with warning. Jae-hyun's heart lurches so violently he thinks for a second he might actually have a heart attack. His vision tunnels. Every protective instinct he spent 4 years suppressing roars to the surface, but he keeps his face stone. Neutral. The mask he learned to wear when his father introduced him to this world at 16. Never show weakness. Never show fear. Never show what you actually care about. Punctual. A man's voice echoes from the shadows. I admire that, Mr. Kang. It's a rare quality these days. The man steps into the edge of the spotlight, mid-50s, wearing a gray suit that probably cost more than Maya makes in a month. Wire-rimmed glasses. Thinning gray hair. The kind of face you'd forget 30 seconds after meeting, until he smiles. Then you'd remember him in nightmares. You have 30 seconds to tell me who you are and what you want, Jae-hyun says, his voice carrying the kind of cold authority that's ended negotiations and started wars. The man laughs. A genuine sound, like Jae-hyun just told an excellent joke. He reaches up with both hands, grips his hair, and pulls it off. It's a wig. Underneath, a shaved head covered in tattoos. A snake winds from his left temple, down his jaw, disappearing beneath his collar. The scales are done in incredible detail, each one individually shaded in greens and blacks. He tosses the wig aside. It lands in the shadows with a soft sound. "Now you talk like a real person," he says, still smiling. "Merrick Voss?" Jae-hyun keeps his voice flat, but his mind is racing. "I thought you drowned. I let people think that. Easier to work when you're dead. When you're a ghost." Voss circles Maya's chair slowly, trailing a finger along the back of it, just above her shoulders. She flinches away from the touch. Being dead has so many advantages, like getting close to people, becoming their helpful building manager, fixing their leaky sinks, playing peekaboo with their adorable children in the hallway. Rage floods Jae-hyun's blood like gasoline waiting for a match. His hands curl into fists at his sides. Every fiber of his being wants to cross that space, wants to put his hands around Voss's throat and squeeze until... But he doesn't move. Can't move. Not with that knife Voss just pulled from inside his jacket. Not with the blade now resting against Maya's cheek. "What do you want?" Jae-hyun asks again, forcing his voice to stay level. Simple. Direct. I like that. Voss presses the flat of the blade more firmly against Maya's face. She doesn't make a sound, but her breathing quickens, visible in the cold air as small puffs of condensation. "I want the key to your empire. The offshore accounts, all of them. The shipping manifests with delivery schedules and routes. Every politician on your payroll with documentation. Every judge you've bought. Every inspector you've paid off. Everything that makes your organization run. That's not simple. That's suicide. For you, maybe. For me? It's a new beginning." Voss leans down, his face close to Maya's. In exchange, she goes free. "You have my word." "Your word means nothing." "True." Voss straightens. "But her life should mean something to you, unless the rumors are wrong. Unless she's just another one-night stand. Another woman who was convenient for a while and forgettable after." Jae-hyun meets Maya's eyes across the space. Brown eyes that saw through his defenses 4 years ago. Eyes that called him out on his arrogance and his assumptions. Eyes that looked at him with something he didn't recognize until much later. Not worship or fear, but equal recognition. Human seeing human. She chose freedom over me. I let her go. I told myself it was what she wanted. But I was just afraid. "Let her talk," Jae-hyun says quietly. "Oh no. She's much better quiet. Trust me." "Then you're afraid of what she'll say." Voss pauses. His smile doesn't quite reach his eyes anymore. Then, in one smooth motion, he rips the duct tape off Maya's mouth. She gasps, then immediately, "Are Nova and Zuri safe?" Not, "Help me," not, "Please," just concern for her daughters. Jae-hyun's throat tightens. "I don't know yet. Jae-min is looking for them. He took my phone." Her voice is steady despite the tremor in her hands. "Said he sent them somewhere, with someone. I don't know who. I don't..." She stops. Swallows hard. Her next words come out firm, clear, directed at Jae-hyun like orders. "Don't give him anything. Whatever he wants, whatever he's asking for, it's not worth it. Do you hear me? The girls are smart. They'll be okay. Don't you dare..." Voss laughs, slapping his hand down on her shoulder. "Admirable. Truly. But you see, maternal instinct is just another form of leverage, isn't it? Another pressure point." He looks at Jae-hyun. "She's telling you not to pay, but we both know you're going to. Because that's what love does. It makes you weak. It makes you negotiable." Jae-hyun's phone vibrates in his pocket. He pulls it out slowly. Jae-min's message lights up the screen. "Found phone in backpack on bench. No kids. Expanding search. Community center opens at 6 a.m. Checking with night janitor." His stomach drops like an elevator with cut cables, but he doesn't let it show on his face. "You don't have them," Jae-hyun says, sliding the phone back into his pocket. "This is a bluff. You planted a phone to create the illusion of choice, but you never had the twins." Voss's smile widens. "Maybe. Or maybe I'm just better at this game than you. Maybe they're somewhere safe right now, wondering why mommy hasn't come for them. Or maybe, and this is my personal favorite, maybe they're watching this right now on a live feed, seeing mommy tied up, learning that the world is scarier than they thought." Maya makes a sound, half gasp, half sob. "Don't," Jae-hyun says to her. Not harsh, gentle. "He's lying. He wants us scared." "I'm already scared," Maya whispers. "I know. So am I." The admission seems to surprise her. Surprises him too, if he's honest. He never admits fear. His father taught him that fear is weakness, and weakness is death. But looking at Maya, brave, terrified Maya who walked away from him because she refused to be owned, who came back despite knowing what he was, who's telling him not to save her because she wants him safe more than she wants freedom, he realizes his father was wrong about everything. Voss checks his watch. 3:15. "You're late for the real deadline." "What deadline?" "The one where I decide whether Maya Brooks is useful alive." He pauses, lets the knife glint in the spotlight. "Or more useful as a message." The blade moves to her throat. Maya's eyes close. Not in fear. Jae-hyun knows fear, has seen it in 1,000 faces. This is something else. Resolve. Acceptance. The same look she had 4 years ago when she told him she was leaving, and nothing he said would change her mind. She's not begging. She's not breaking. She's choosing dignity over survival. And Jae-hyun realizes she never needed him to save her. She needed him to choose her. "Stop," he says. Voss pauses. The knife doesn't move away, but it doesn't press harder either. Jae-hyun steps forward, hands visible, palms open. "I'll give you half now. Access to half the accounts, half the names. The rest when she's standing outside this building, free and unharmed." "Not good enough. It's all you're getting. Take it or kill us both and walk away with nothing." Voss's smile fades slowly. His eyes narrow. "You think you're negotiating? I think you're desperate. You wouldn't have revealed yourself, wouldn't have thrown away 2 years of careful cover as Mr. Kwon, if you had another move available." Jae-hyun takes another step forward. Close enough now to see the sweat on Voss's temple despite the cold. "You want my empire? Prove you can hold it. Start by proving you're smart enough to take a deal that benefits both of us." Silence. The cold storage hums with refrigeration units. Water drips somewhere in the darkness. Then Voss laughs. But it sounds different now. Less confident, more calculated. "You've got guts, Kang. I'll give you that." He steps back from Maya, the knife lowering. "Fine. Half now. But if I find out you're lying, if there's any trick, any trace program in those accounts, I'll send her back to you in pieces, starting with fingers. 1 per hour." Jae-hyun pulls out his phone. His hands are steady as he begins transferring access codes, usernames, account numbers. Years of careful organization, layers of security, all being peeled away. And with each transfer, he prays, actually prays, something he hasn't done since his mother's funeral 15 years ago, that Jae-min finds Nova and Zuri before Voss realizes half these accounts are decoys. Voss checks the first transfer on his phone, scrolling through account numbers. His eyes narrow, then he nods slowly. "Smart man. These look legitimate. Now the second half. Not until she walks out of here." That wasn't our deal. Now it is. Voss's jaw tightens. For a moment, Jae-hyun thinks he'll refuse, thinks this ends now, in blood and regret. Then Voss pulls out a knife, a different one, smaller, and cuts Maya's zip ties with a single smooth motion. Go on then. Stand up. Maya struggles to her feet. Her legs nearly buckle. She's been sitting for hours, circulation cut off. Jae-hyun moves toward her instinctively. Not yet, Voss says, moving to block his path. One more thing, a question that's been bothering me. He looks between them, gaze calculating. Those two little girls, Nova and Zuri, 4 years old, born 9 months after you left Seoul, Ms. Brooks. So tell me, are they his? Maya's breath catches audibly in the cold air. Because if they are, Voss continues, clearly enjoying this, then you just handed me something worth far more than offshore accounts. Every rival Jae-hyun has ever made will come for those girls, for leverage, for revenge, for the sheer satisfaction of hurting him where it counts. He pauses. So, tell me the truth. Are they Kang Jae-hyun's daughters? The silence stretches like a rubber band pulled to breaking. Jae-hyun's expression doesn't change. They're not mine. Maya stares at him. He can feel her gaze like a physical weight, but he doesn't look at her. Can't look at her. Then why are you here? Voss asks. Why risk everything for a woman and children who mean nothing to you? Because she asked me to be here. Another lie. She never asked. Never would ask. But it's the lie that keeps Nova and Zuri invisible. The lie that keeps them safe. Voss studies him for a long moment, then shrugs. Disappointing, but a deal's a deal. He gestures toward the door with his knife. Go on, both of you, before I change my mind. Maya stumbles toward Jae-hyun. He catches her elbow, steadies her. Her skin is ice cold through the thin scrubs. They move toward the exit. Not running. Running invites bullets, invites second thoughts. Walking with purpose, like they have every right to leave. The rain has stopped outside. The mist hangs in the air, turning the industrial district into something ghostly. The girls, Maya whispers as soon as they're 10 feet from the building. Jae-min has people searching. He'll find them. You don't know that. You can't promise that. I can't. But I know I wasn't leaving you in there. He looks at her, really looks at her for the first time since finding her tied to that chair. I'm sorry it took me so long. She doesn't respond to that, just keeps walking until they reach his car. Then she stops, turns to face him fully. You lied to him. Yes. About the girls. Yes. Why? Because if he knows they're mine, they become targets. Forever. Every enemy I have, and I have more than I can count, will see them as leverage, as weaknesses. They'll never be safe. She nods slowly. So you chose them. Over your pride. Over... I chose all of you, he interrupts. I chose to get you out. I chose to keep them safe. That's what choosing looks like for me right now. Something shifts in her expression. She reaches into her jacket pocket. Her scrubs have pockets, practical things for nurses who need to carry pens and notes and gloves, and pulls out a pen. Then she reaches into his coat, finds a crumpled receipt from the coffee he bought on the way here. She smooths it against the car hood. The paper is damp from mist, but it'll hold ink. Write it down, she says. Not asking. Telling. Maya, this isn't... Write it down. 4 things. Respect, consent, transparency, autonomy. He looks at her, at this woman who's been tied up for hours, threatened with a knife, caught in his world's nightmare. And she's demanding a contract. He almost laughs. Instead, He takes the pen. His handwriting is sharp, precise even in the low light and mist. Each word takes up one line: respect, consent, transparency, autonomy. She reads each word as he writes it, her lips moving slightly. Then she hands the pen back. Sign it. This doesn't mean anything legally. It won't hold up in... It's not for a court. It's for us. Sign it. He signs his name below the list. Western style. Jae-hyun Kang. She takes the receipt, folds it carefully despite the dampness, and tucks it inside her scrubs. Against her heart. If it's still us, she says quietly, meeting his eyes in the dim light, then we're equal. No secrets going forward. No control. You don't get to decide alone anymore. Not about them. Not about me. Not about anything. Are we clear? Yes. And if you lie to me again, you'll leave. I know. I will. Without hesitation. Because I can raise 2 girls alone if I have to. I've been doing it for 4 years. I know that too. She nods once. Good. Just so we're clear about what we're building here. They get in the car. The interior smells like leather and rain. Jae-hyun starts the engine, then pulls out his phone. His hands are shaking slightly. Adrenaline crash starting to hit. He dials Jae-min. It rings once. Boss? Are you... I've got Maya. She's okay. Tell me you found them. We've got them. Jae-min's voice carries pure relief. Community center near the canal. The night janitor was locking up when he heard crying from the playroom. Someone left them there with a note saying their mom would pick them up. They're scared, boss. Really scared. But they're physically unharmed. Jae-hyun's knees nearly buckle even though he's sitting. Let Maya talk to them. He hands the phone over. Watches as Maya's entire body goes rigid with desperate hope. Nova? Baby? Her voice cracks on the name. Through the phone, small and uncertain. Mommy? Oh, God. Yes, baby, it's Mommy. I'm coming right now. Is Zuri with you? She's sleeping. She cried a lot. I tried to tell her it was okay, but she wanted you. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this happened. I'll be there in 10 minutes, okay? Just 10 minutes. The man said you were sick. Are you sick? Maya's face crumples for a second, then she forces it smooth. I'm okay now. Everything's okay. Just stay with Mr. Jae-min. He's Mommy's friend. He's keeping you safe. Is our daddy there? Nova asks. The question is small, tentative, like she's not sure she's allowed to ask it. Maya freezes, looks at Jae-hyun. He can hear his own heartbeat in the silence. No, baby, Maya says finally. But we'll talk about that soon, I promise. I love you so much. Love you, Mommy. The line goes quiet. Maya hands the phone back to Jae-hyun. She doesn't say anything, doesn't look at him, just stares straight ahead through the windshield at the misty night. He drives, faster than he should. The community center is 12 minutes away normally. He makes it in 7. The community center smells like industrial cleaner and burnt coffee and old carpet. The kind of smell that lives in every municipal building in the world. Nova and Zuri are curled on a worn couch in the main room, wrapped in matching blankets that the janitor must have found in a supply closet. Zuri's thumb is in her mouth. She only does that when she's really scared. Nova's eyes are red-rimmed, her face blotchy from crying. When Maya walks through the door, they both scream, "Mommy!" in perfect unison, and run. She drops to her knees on the industrial carpet and catches them. Holds on like they're the only things keeping her tethered to the earth. Jae-hyun stands in the doorway, watches. Something in his chest cracks open, not breaks but opens, like a door that's been sealed for years finally giving way. This is what I walked away from. This is what I told myself didn't matter. These three people, holding each other like the world tried to end and somehow didn't. Jamin approaches quietly, keeping his voice low enough that the girls won't hear. We need to move, boss. Voss has eyes everywhere in this city. The longer we stay in one place. How did you find them? Anonymous tip to the community center. Someone called, said 2 kids needed pickup, gave this address. The janitor found them about 40 minutes ago. Jamin hesitates. Boss, it feels wrong. Too convenient. Too easy. It was bait. He wanted me to see them safe so I'd complete the transfer. Jae-hyun glances at the children, wrapped in their mother's arms. He's not done with us. This was round 1. Signal's weak in here. Bad reception. If we lose contact while we're mobile, stay within 50 feet of us at all times. I need you reachable. Jae-hyun's phone buzzes. Unknown number flashing on the screen. He already knows who it is. Answers anyway. Voss's voice drips through the speaker like poison. Touching reunion, really. Very sweet. I'm watching it live. Jae-hyun scans the room automatically. No visible cameras in the corners, but that doesn't mean anything. Could be in the smoke detectors, the emergency exit signs, the fake plant by the door. What do you want? The second half, now. Our deal was complete access, Kang. You gave me half. I want the rest. You said I lied. Funny how that works, isn't it? Voss laughs, the sound harsh and metallic through the phone. Oh, and one more thing. My associates are about to release a live stream, very interesting content. About those twins. Maya's head snaps up from where she's holding the girls. She heard. By morning, Voss continues, every rival you've ever crossed will know you have 2 4-year-old daughters. Beautiful girls, so vulnerable. How long do you think they'll stay safe once that information goes public? You're bluffing. Am I? Check your feed. Check any news site. It's already live. Jae-hyun pulls up his phone's browser with one hand. The home page of a major news site loads. And there, 3rd story down, Mafia Boss's secret family exposed. He clicks. The video is already playing. Grainy surveillance footage of him entering Maya's apartment building 4 months ago. Another clip of him watching Nova and Zuri play in the courtyard from a cafe across the street, his face clearly visible through the window. Captions scroll across the bottom. Kang Jae-hyun, heir to one of Seoul's most powerful criminal organizations, has been secretly monitoring a young single mother and her twin daughters. The view counter ticks upward. 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Views climbing so fast it's almost hypnotic. Maya's face drains of color. She pulls the girls closer instinctively, as if her body can shield them from what's already out there. No. No, no, no. Voss's voice cuts through the speaker, sharp and mocking. Still think I'm bluffing? The 2 children, they're both yours, aren't they? 4 years old. Born exactly 9 months after Ms. Brooks left Seoul. The timeline is deliciously clear. Maya's breath catches audibly. Her hands start to tremble where they're holding the girls. Jae-hyun's response is calm, colder than the storage unit. I knew it from day 1. The line goes quiet for a beat. Voss clearly didn't expect that answer. Then he laughs. Oh, this keeps getting better. So you've been lying to yourself, have you? Pretending they don't matter? That's rich. Listen to me, Maya says suddenly, reaching over and taking the phone from Jae-hyun's hand. Her voice is steady despite the tremor running through her body. You want him to bow? Want to prove you're stronger? She stands, moving a few steps away from the girls, keeping her voice low. He's not bowing, and neither am I. You want a war? We'll give you one. But threatening children doesn't make you strong. It just proves you were never strong enough to fight fair. Jae-hyun looks at her. Really looks. This woman who should be broken right now, traumatized, collapsed. Instead, she's standing straight, chin up, facing down a man who held a knife to her throat an hour ago. He speaks quietly, just for her. They want you to bow down. Her eyes flash to him, then back to the phone. I'm enough to stand up straight. He nods. I know you are. Voss's voice crackles through the phone, still amused. Inspirational. Really. This is very motivational. But inspiration doesn't stop bullets, sweetheart. And motivation doesn't stop rival organizations from coming for those pretty little girls. Maya hangs up, hands the phone back. Jae-min is staring at his own phone, his face pale. Boss. The video hit 50,000 views, now 70,000. It's trending on 3 different platforms. Through the community center's front windows, Jae-hyun sees the first camera flash, then another, then a dozen. Paparazzi. Arriving like sharks, drawn to blood in the water. Nova tugs on Maya's sleeve, her small voice frightened. Mommy, why are those people taking pictures? It's okay, baby, Maya says, but her voice is tight. We're leaving now. It's okay. We need a plan, Jae-min says. Jae-hyun looks at Maya, at this woman who walked away from him once because she refused to be his secret, who's standing beside him now because he finally chose her in front of the world. Accidentally, messily, in the worst possible way. We give them the truth, he says. All of it. No more hiding. What do you mean? I mean we stop running. We control the narrative before it controls us. Maya stares at him. That's insane. Probably, but it's the only move we have left. The paparazzi swarm the moment they step outside. At least 20 of them, maybe more, cameras raised like weapons. Questions assault them from all directions, overlapping into meaningless noise. Mr. Kang, are those your children? Maya, how long have you been together? Are the girls in danger? Does this make you a target? Will you step down from your organization? Jae-hyun doesn't answer, just opens the car door, ushers Maya and the twins inside as quickly as possible. Jae-min drives, pulling out fast enough that the paparazzi have to jump back. Behind them, at least 5 cars immediately give chase. In the back seat, Zuri starts crying. Not the normal crying of a tired 4-year-old, but panicked sobs. Nova covers her ears with her small hands, face scrunched tight. Maya pulls them both close, wrapping her arms around them. Close your eyes, babies. We're safe. Just close your eyes and think about happy things. Remember the park? Remember the swings? But her hands are shaking where they hold her daughters. Jae-hyun's phone won't stop buzzing. Text messages flooding in faster than he can read them. Rivals sending congratulations that sound like threats. Allies demanding explanations. Politicians he's paid off for years suddenly distancing themselves. His empire is fracturing in real time. He can feel it, like standing in a building as the foundation cracks beneath your feet. This is what Voss wanted. Not the money, the chaos, the exposure, watching everything fall apart. At a red light, Jae-min turns around. Boss, where to? Hospital. What? Why? Maya's hurt. She shakes her head immediately. I'm fine. We need to get somewhere safe, not... You're bleeding. She touches her temple. the place where Voss or one of his people hit her earlier. Her fingers come away red. She stares at them like she's seeing blood for the first time, though as a nurse, she must see it daily. It's nothing, just a cut. That's not nothing. That's a head wound. You could have a concussion. I don't have time for a concussion right now. That's not how concussions work, Maya. The light turns green. Jae-min guns the engine, weaving through early morning traffic. Seoul is starting to wake up. Delivery trucks, early commuters, people beginning their normal days with no idea that 3 people in a black sedan are having the worst night of their lives. They arrive at Seoul Memorial Hospital at 3:39 a.m. The emergency room is quiet, the strange calm between the late-night emergencies and the morning rush. A nurse at triage takes one look at Maya's face and immediately calls for a doctor. Family only, the nurse says when Jae-hyun tries to follow Maya through the doors. He stops, looks at Maya. She's holding both girls' hands, exhaustion and pain written in every line of her body. She meets his eyes, nods once. He's with me. The nurse looks skeptical but waves them through. They put Maya in an examination room, one of the small ones with a curtain instead of a door. Jae-min stays in the waiting area with Nova and Zuri, promising to find them cartoons on his phone. The doctor is young, efficient. She cleans the wound carefully. Mild concussion. Possible. You'll need to stay awake for the next few hours. Someone should monitor you. If you feel nauseous, dizzy, if your vision changes, you need to come back immediately. I will, Jae-hyun says. The doctor nods and leaves to file paperwork. Maya sits on the edge of the examination bed. The paper crinkles under her. Jae-hyun pulls the room's single chair close. His phone reads 3:45 a.m. He tries calling Jae-min to check on the girls. No signal. Tries again. Nothing. Not even a call-failed message. Just silence. His chest tightens. That feeling of walls closing in, of losing control of everything. He stands, paces the small room. 3 steps to the wall, turn, 3 steps back. Tries the call again, still nothing. What's wrong? Maya asks, watching him. I can't reach Jae-min or the team, anyone. The hospital has bad reception in some areas, especially the ER. Too much equipment, too many walls. It's been 5 minutes. They should answer. They always answer. Jae-hyun, breathe. He stops pacing, looks at her. She's the one with a head injury, possibly concussed, definitely traumatized. And she's the one staying calm. I might have lost them, he says quietly. The admission feels like pulling a knife out of his own chest. The team, the organization, everything my father built, everything I've spent 10 years maintaining, it's all falling apart because because you chose to save me, she finishes. You chose right. That's what matters. Does it? If I lose everything else, then you still have us. If you want us? She reaches for his hand, pulls him back to the chair. You can't control everything. Sometimes you just have to trust the people around you to do their jobs. His phone buzzes. Finally, Jaemin's text lights up the screen. Sorry, dead zone in waiting area. We're fine. Twins found a vending machine, bought them crackers. They're asleep now. Jae-hyun exhales so hard his whole body slumps. He shows Maya the message. She smiles softly. See? Trust. He looks at their joined hands. Hers are smaller, scarred in places from years of nursing work. His are larger, softer than they should be for someone in his line of work. His father's hands were rough, calloused. Jae-hyun has never done manual labor in his life. I'm sorry, he says quietly. For what? for taking 4 years to choose you, for letting you leave, for watching from a distance like a coward instead of, "You're choosing now." She squeezes his hand. "That's what matters. What you did tonight at that storage facility, lying to protect them, putting yourself at risk, that was brave. It was selfish. I couldn't lose you. Those aren't mutually exclusive." She pauses. "You chose me over your pride, over your reputation, over the empire. You chose me and them, knowing what it would cost. That's not selfish. That's love." The word hangs in the air between them. Love. He hasn't said it in 4 years. Hasn't let himself think it. "And tomorrow?" he asks. "When the news is everywhere? When every rival I have knows about you and the girls? When you can't walk down the street without cameras following? Tomorrow, we figure out how to keep choosing each other. Day by day, choice by choice." Outside the examination room, a machine beeps steadily. Footsteps pass by in the hallway. The hospital continues its work, saving lives, stitching people back together. Maybe that's what tonight is. The first stitch. Maya is discharged at dawn. Jae-min briefs them in the parking lot. Voss's live stream hit 2 million views. Every outlet is running stories. "Good," Jae-hyun says. "Good? If we're exposed, we control the narrative. Set up a press conference, rooftop, 1 hour." Maya frowns. "You're planning something." Honesty. Terrible plan. "Only one I have." She nods. "Okay, but I stand beside you. Equal. Remember?" They arrive 50 minutes later. The rooftop is being prepped. Rain clouds gather. Jae-min pulls Jae-hyun aside. "We got a location on Voss, adjacent building. He's watching." Jae-hyun looks across. A figure stands at a window. "I'm going over there." "That's insane." "He wants me to beg. He won't waste that." Jae-hyun checks his watch. 15 minutes. If I'm not back, start without me. Maya overhears. "What are you doing?" "Finishing this." "Not alone. He won't talk if you're there." She hesitates. 15 minutes. He kisses her forehead. Walks away. The adjacent rooftop is accessible via maintenance bridge. Jae-hyun crosses in the mist. Voss stands at the edge, smoking. Doesn't turn. "You came? I'm touched." "This ends now." "Does it?" Voss turns. "You're about to confess you're weak. That's not an ending. That's my beginning. You think exposing me gives you power? I think it makes you irrelevant. Every rival will see you as soft." He takes a drag. "Unless you give me what I want. Right now, full access. I'll pull the story. You walk away clean." Jae-hyun steps closer. Rain begins, light, then heavy. "I don't trade people for property." Voss laughs. "Then you're a fool." "Maybe, but I'm not you." "What's that supposed to mean?" "You think power is about fear. Control? Making people smaller?" Jae-hyun looks him in the eye. "That's not power. That's desperation. You're really going to die on this hill? If I have to? For what? A woman who left you? Kids you didn't know existed? For the chance to be better than I was." Silence. Rain pounds. Voss flicks his cigarette. "You're pathetic. And you're alone." "That's the difference. I'm choosing people. You're just collecting leverage." "This isn't over." "Yes, it is." Jae-hyun walks back. Doesn't look back. The press conference draws 50 reporters. Nova and Zuri stay downstairs, watching cartoons. Jae-hyun steps to the microphone, rain dripping from his coat. Maya stands beside him. "My name is Kang Jae-hyun. Last night, someone tried to destroy my future by exposing my past. They revealed my connection to Maya Brooks and her 2 children. They did it to create fear, To manipulate. A reporter shouts, "Are the children yours?" Yes. The room erupts. He raises a hand. Silence falls. 4 years ago, I made a choice based on fear. I let Maya leave because I thought love was weakness. I was wrong. He looks at her. Last night, I learned something. Power without accountability is violence. Strength without vulnerability is cowardice. He pulls the folded paper from his pocket. This is a contract. 4 terms. Respect, consent, transparency, autonomy. I signed it at 3 a.m. He pulls out a red ink stamp, presses it onto the paper. Now I'm making it official. He turns to his security team. You work for me, but you also work with her now. Co-parental authority. Equal say. Jamin steps forward, takes the document. Understood, boss. The team echoes. Understood. A reporter stands. What about Merrick Voss? Voss tried to trade a woman's life for power. He failed. When we find him, he'll answer through the justice system. That's my commitment. Another reporter. Are you stepping down? No. But I'm changing how I lead. Transparency. Accountability. No more shadows. He pauses. Tonight, I learned respect. I choose family. That's my final statement. Maya steps forward. My name is Maya Brooks. I'm a nurse, a single mother, and as of tonight, not so single. She glances at Jae-hyun. I didn't ask for this spotlight. Neither did my daughters. But since we're here, I want to say one thing. Love isn't ownership. It's showing up, even when it's hard. She pulls out the stamped paper. He signed this. So did I. That's our romance. Not perfect, not easy, but honest. They walk off the rooftop together. Downstairs, Nova and Zuri are building a block tower. When they see Maya, they shriek and run. Mommy, we saw you on TV. Maya laughs. What did you think? You looked pretty. And Daddy was there. Zuri points at Jae-hyun. That's Daddy, right? Jae-hyun kneels, eye level with them. My name is Jae-hyun. Yes, I'm your dad. I should have been here sooner. I made mistakes. But I'm here now, if that's okay. Nova tilts her head. Where were you? I was scared. When I get scared, I make bad choices. But I'm here now. Zuri hands him a block. You can help. He takes it, places it on their tower. Nova grins. You're good at this. Jamin approaches. Boss, Voss sent a message. You won this round, but the game's not over. Jae-hyun takes Maya's hand. He's wrong. The game ended when we stopped playing by his rules. He'll come back. Probably. But next time, we'll be ready. Together. 2 weeks later. The headlines have faded. Jae-hyun's organization is leaner, quieter. He's distanced from illegal operations. Not perfect, but progress. Maya returned to her shifts. The hospital supported her. The twins adjusted. Children are resilient. Today, they're at Wolmy Canal. The sky threatens rain, but Nova insisted. Clouds open just as they arrive. Soft rain. Nova and Zuri squeal. Run toward the water's edge. Their laughter echoes. Careful, Maya calls, smiling. They splash in the shallow current, rain mixing with water. Zuri tries to catch drops. Nova spins, arms wide. Jae-hyun watches from under a tree, his coat already damp. Maya joins him. They're fearless. Like their mom. She laughs. He pulls out the folded paper. The one with 4 terms. The red stamp smudged from rain weeks ago. I want you to keep this, he says. She takes it, unfolds carefully. The words remain. Respect, consent, transparency, autonomy, his signature, hers. The seal. It survived, she says softly. Like us. She tucks it into her bag. This is nice. It is. Scary too. Yeah. What if tomorrow's harder? Tomorrow I'll still choose this. Choose you. And the day after? As many days as you'll let me. She smiles. That's motivational. Nova runs up, dripping. Daddy, come play. He looks at Maya. She nods. He lets Nova drag him to the water. Zuri squeals when he splashes her. They chase him back. He laughs, really laughs. And the sound is so genuine that Maya's eyes sting. She pulls out her phone, takes a picture. The four of them, together, in rain. Later, she'll frame it. A reminder that broken things can be made whole. As rain lightens, they walk toward the parking lot. Jae-hyun carries Zuri, dozed off on his shoulder. Nova holds Maya's hand, humming. They look like a normal family. Maybe they are. Not perfect, not without scars. But together. At the canal's edge, Maya kneels to the girl's level. I'm really proud of you both, she says. Why, Mommy? Nova asks. Because you're brave. You remind me what matters. Nova hugs her tight. Zuri joins sleepily. Jae-hyun kneels beside them, wraps his arms around all three. A family of four, soaked, smiling, safe. At the car, Maya stops, kisses him, brief, soft. First real kiss in 4 years. That's for staying. He smiles. What do I get tomorrow? Wait and find out. They drive through rain. The radio plays something nostalgic. Nova wakes long enough to ask for ice cream. Jae-hyun glances at the rear view, catches sight of a black sedan. His body tenses. Maya notices. What? Probably nothing. The sedan turns off at the next light. His phone buzzes. Jae-min. Voss spotted at Incheon Port. Authorities moving in. It's over. Jae-hyun shows Maya. She exhales. Finally. They stop at a small ice cream shop, eat on the curb while rain drums the awning. Zuri gets chocolate on her nose. Nova tries stealing Jae-hyun's cone. Ordinary, messy, perfect. Later, when the girls are asleep, Jae-hyun and Maya sit on her tiny balcony. The city hums below. Rain has stopped, leaving everything clean. Thank you, she says. For what? For being brave enough to change. I'm not brave. I'm terrified most of the time. That's what makes you brave. She leans against him. Bravery isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just showing up, again and again. He wraps an arm around her. I'll keep showing up. They sit in comfortable silence. Do you ever think about that night? She asks. When you had to choose? Every day. Regrets? I regret having to choose it all, but not choosing you. I trusted that somehow we'd make it. What if next time there's another impossible choice? Then we make it together. No more deciding alone. Promise? Promise. Nova's voice drifts from the bedroom. Mommy? I had a dream. Maya starts to rise. Jae-hyun touches her arm. I'll go. She watches him walk inside, hears him murmur something soft, hears Nova giggle. He returns. She wanted to make sure we're still here. What did you tell her? That we're not going anywhere. Maya smiles. Good answer. He sits, takes her hand. Ask me again, she says softly. What? The question. He understands. Will you say it back? Try me. I love you, Maya Brooks. I loved you 4 years ago when I was too afraid to say it. I loved you when you left. I loved you from a distance. And I love you now, messy and complicated as it is. She leans her head on his shoulder. I love you too, Jae-hyun, even though you made me wait 4 years. Even though you're still figuring out how to be a dad. Even though sometimes you check your rearview mirror like someone's following us. She squeezes his hand. Now ask me again tomorrow. I will. And he does. Every day after. Every morning when they wake up. Every night before bed. In the new apartment with better security. At the park. In the hospital when Zuri breaks her arm. During the hearing when Voss goes to trial. At Nova's kindergarten graduation. At the small wedding they have 6 months later. Every day, the question and the answer. Building a life. Together. The city glows below them. Somewhere, sirens wail. Somewhere, deals are made and broken. Somewhere, people choose fear, choose power, choose everything except what actually matters. But here, on this balcony, in this small apartment that represents everything Maya built alone, 2 people choose love. And 2 little girls sleep peacefully in the next room, dreaming of ice cream and rain and towers that don't fall down. That makes all the difference. That makes everything worthwhile. That's what it means to choose right, even when it costs everything. That's what it means to show up. That's what it means to be brave. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it tonight. Subscribe for more stories of love, justice, and second chances. And remember, the most inspirational thing you can do is choose love, even when it's hard, even when it costs you, even when you're terrified. Because that's what makes us human. That's what makes us whole. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and dream brave.